Okay, today we're gonna cover page 2. Or if we have enough time, maybe page 3 as well. Let's see. Just to recap, it was Megumi who was trying to retrieve this special class curse, but then he couldn't find it. And Gojo Satoru is like, you still gotta find and retrieve it. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna beat him up, right? Okay. With that, next page. はい。はい、まず、the first picture you can see, 心霊現象研究会. I'm pretty sure some people have heard of 研究, oops, 研究 means research, 研究. And then together with kai, in this context, it would mean group or, yeah, just group. So with this, 心霊, Shin, this is the kokoro, right? Mind, heart. Lei. Oops, sorry. This, oops, may have mistaken. Okay. I forgot how to write lei. Let me pick it up. I guess it's okay. Shinrei. Shinrei means like ghost. Not really ghost. We have couple terms for ghost. Yurei is one. Obake is another one. Both are used interchangeably, but yurei is a little bit more for not kids. Usually kids will use this obake. And then once we start to grow up, we change to yurei. Shinre is we usually use it for shinre spot. Let me try again if I can write correctly. Let me know if this is not correct. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not correct. 心霊スポット. Okay. Spot means spot, place, right? 心霊スポット, place where you might be able to see ghosts. So it's not 心霊, it's not specifically or only about ghosts. It's more like a category of stuff about ghosts. Yeah, 心霊. So with this, 心霊現象, phenomenon. Pretty bad with writing kanji today. Okay, yeah. はい。現象. 現象 means phenomenon. So, 心霊現象, phenomenon of ghosts. Like ghosts showing up or popping up, those phenomenon. 研究会, research group. So this is basically a club, school club that research about ghosts and stuff. Okay? And then, 本当にいいんすね、先輩。本当に、本当 means real. 本当 means real. What's ni doing, right? If you remember, noun or na adjective, we can add ni to change them to adverb. Adverb meaning a word that describes or um, that describes more about a verb, right? So what this means is in English, a good comparison is, for example, beautiful, an adjective. When we change this to an adverb, beautifully, beautifully. So by adding ly to beautiful, we can attach beautifully to a verb, like I beautifully wrote this letter, or I beautifully slept, or whatever, right? Okay, so with this, English, we usually add ly to make an adjective to an adverb. Japanese, it's we have two rules to change an adjective to an adverb. One is an adjective or noun. This one, we add ni and make it an adverb. Next group is e adjective. How do we change e adjective to an adverb? Take off e and add ku, and it becomes an adverb. So for example, oishii, right? Oishii, delicious. Oishiku. And then we can add a verb, for example, oishiku tabemashita. The useful phrase that people say to mean like, hey, the food you gave me was good. Thank you. To show appreciation. I know in English we don't say this literally. Like oishiku means deliciously, right? I ate deliciously. I don't think we say that. But this is more like a phrase to mean thank you. Thank you for cooking for me. 美味しく食べました. Okay. So with this, right? Back to 本当. 本当 means real as a noun. So adding ni to make it an adverb. ly, really, right? 本当に means really. 本当にいいんすね. Okay, this one. いい, pretty sure you know, good. いい means good. Here, いいんすね. Hi. This one, what's omitted is that. So this is a really common thing that we do, especially in junior high and high school, where basically hierarchical relationship start to happen, right? If you're a senior, if anyone at school is even a year older than you, then you have to use polite speech. Yeah, even 1 year matters, right? So, but you don't need to be as polite compared to like when you talk to elder people or adults, right? So what happened was like semi-polite by taking off that. By doing that, so typical way, for example, if you want to say, hey, my name is Takeshi. Takeshi, you can say Takeshi desu, but to be a little bit casual, but still polite, replace there with small tsu. Takeshi-su. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you have heard, like in anime, the ending, small tsu with su, 何々っす。今日はサッカーするっす。今日はシリアル食べたっす. Like that. By adding su comes from desu, so it does add some formality to be a little bit polite to your senpai. Senpai means senior at school. Okay? With so this one, this ground point, this, right? This simply in one word. The softener. By adding it makes what you're saying sound softer to the other person. Meaning, like in what case? When you want to, for example, reject an invitation, you don't want to be too direct and be like, hey, I hate you. I don't want to hang out with you, right? Um, you wanna you wanna sound sorry for not being able to hang out by adding whatever you're making it sound softer so that the other person will more likely accept your rejection. So for example, let's say someone invites you to play soccer. For example, I can say, 今日テストがあるんです。dot dot dot. I have an exam. Dot dot dot. Implying that I won't be able to hang out with you. Okay. So this is how like vague you want to be. Um, I mean, if you're really close to your friend, of course you can be straightforward, but not so close friends. We Japanese culture is to be vague. The more vague you are, the more polite you are. So yeah. Okay, so with this softener, not only in like rejecting, but like when you want to um get more info, right? Like someone someone is walking around the town naked and you want to know why, but you don't want to be too direct by saying like, why are you naked? Um, you can, I mean, of course, like, I mean, better to just call it cops, but you want to be still vague. So, for example, I can say, uh, うん give a weird example, but what can I say to get the info of why the person is naked? Um, I mean, for example, this might not be that good. 何かするんですか? Are you gonna do something? 何かするんですか? By adding 何かするんですか? Are you gonna do something with hope, with the hope that the person will get your implication and explain to you why the person is naked. So the person might be like, with this question, right? 何かするんですか? Person might be like, 今から泳ぐんだ. I'm gonna swim. That's why I'm naked. Yes. But yeah, seeking info, giving info in a softer way so that you don't feel, I mean, you don't come across arrogant or, like rude, right? So these kind of, or like when you're surprised at something, but don't want to come across rude or whatever, right? So these kind of situations, especially, we use this to make it softer. Okay. So yeah, so just by this one sentence, we got to explain a lot of grammatical stuff. 本当にいいんですね。comma, senpai, um, talking to senpai, and then introduction, 杉沢第三高校、杉沢第三 third high school. 1年 first year, 虎取裕二. Yeah. And then 同2年. Okay. So this 同 is good. Convenient. 同 the Japanese reading is 同じ. 同じ. 同じ means the same. So when this one, you can avoid being redundant because these three people are all in the same school. So you don't need to put the whole school name just by saying do. That means same school, second year. Okay. Hi, this is the name of the club they're in. So this is another interesting thing that you do see in Japanese. Not that often, but often enough. Hi, we did cover this meaning, right? The ghost phenomenon research group, right? But if you look at the furigana, right? オカルト、オカルト how do you spell it? This one? Occult? Occult? Okay. 研究会. So, sometimes, Japanese is, as you know, really interesting in that we mix three kinds of writing system, hiragana, katakana, kanji. Um, for something like this, it's up to each person, author, or casually too. You get to kind of make your own word if you want. Like like I said, the correct way to pronounce these four kanjis are 心霊現象, but they put the furigana, the English version, to make it sound more stylish. And some people do that. They don't, when you don't want to be too typical, or when you want to sound cool, it is possible to use a kanji and on top of it, as furigana, put something. Usually, of course, you want to put something that's related enough so that people will agree and use it. But yeah, you do see these stuff many times in lyrics, songs. Yeah, they have like, for example, let's see. For example, let's say in lyrics, you see this kanji. This kanji is hoshi, means star. But then, as lyrics, you can maybe put star, the English reading. You know, just letting you know, some people do that. Okay, Sasaki is her name. Iguchi is his name. Yossha, 行くぞ. Yossha. Yossha comes from Yosh. Yosh comes from Yoi. Yoi is the traditional way of saying E, which means good. Okay. We used to say yoi. I mean, you can still say, but it's really old fashioned and we don't usually say it. Okay. This kanji. Yoi. Okay. And then noun version. Yosh. So, and this one still means good. But this one we say you when something good happens and you're like, all right, good. Like, let's say you playing soccer again. You're playing soccer and your teammate scores, right? You're like, yo, shh, right, that kind of good, okay? And then Yoshi, right? When you get really excited, then naturally people will be like, Yosh, Yosh. And then eventually that, you know, over time change to Yosha, Yosha, usually. Yosha. Right on. All right. When you're happy. No, I mean, when you're happy, when something good happens to you, or in this case, this is he's saying Yosha ikuzo, right? Ikuzo. Iku is to go. Zo is a suffix. Um, it does give the let's meaning. So let's go, telling yourself, okay, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Like that kind of meaning. Okay. So with that, with this context, he's using yosha to encourage himself to do it. Like right before doing it, maybe, I mean, you can tell, they're a little bit scared to do this kokkuri-san. Um, what's it in English? Biji board, right? Um, so they're nervous, so that's why he's like yosha, like encouraging himself so that he can make up his mind to do it. Yosha, 行くぞ! And then do it. Okay? はい、こっくりさん、こっくりさん. Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot the um, onomatopoeia here. Koku, koku, koku. Koku is onomatopoeia for nodding. Koku, koku. Nod. Okay? こっくりさん、こっくりさん. It's the name of the whatever spirit or ghost that they are calling. And then they're asking the question to こっくりさん。生徒会長がギリ負ける生き物を教えてください。生徒会長。生徒 means student. 会長 means like head of the student. Head of the student, like the student, what is it? Like you can volunteer to be selected as the leader among the students and you get to kind of choose some rules and stuff. 生徒会長, that's the top among the student. Okay? 生徒会長がギリ, another onomatopoeia comes from ギリギリ. ギリギリ is really useful. ギリギリ is usually means almost. Like almost there, but didn't happen. So what I mean is we usually combine with a verb or adjective. For example, ギリギリ、well, typical phrase, ギリギリ safe. Barely safe. So you were safe, like ギリギリ safe, for example, like you're being chased by someone with a knife, running for your life. And then the guy was almost there to stab you, but you were able to pull out and dodge, right? That's ギリギリ safe. Barely safe. Barely safe. You were almost there to be stabbed. So ギリギリ is good. Useful. ギリ負ける. Giri. So just taking off the second giri makes it more casual. Giri 負ける. 負ける means lose. To lose on a game or something. Ikimono. Ikimono is living being, right? So this one is using the noun qualifying sentence in English, like noun that, who, where, these stuff, when. Like, I know a person who went to Japan last year. Know, um, I know the time when I was stupid or whatever, right? This structure of giving another sentence describing a noun qualifying sentence. In Japanese, we start with the noun. Sorry, no. English, we start with the noun. We end with the noun that we are describing. We start with the sub-sentence, the sentence that is describing the noun. How do we connect to the noun? plain. Just make it dictionary form. So you can see that here. Makeru, to lose, it's a verb, but it's in the middle of sentence when in Japanese, usually verb has to be at the end of a sentence. Why can this verb be in the middle of a sentence? Because it's directly connected to this noun, ikimono, living being. So with that, you can tell that it's used in the noun qualifying sentence. So with that, the translation, giri makeru, barely lose. So almost there to when, but end up losing. Said the kaijo. So with this translation, living being that or living being with whom say the kaijo, the top of the student will lose, barely lose. So any living being that can make the top of the student leader, barely lose. Barely lose? Does that make sense? Like good game, but just by like a little bit you lose means 切り負ける. Okay? を教えてください. 教える is to teach, or in some context, it could mean to tell. 教えてください. Please, so with that, it could mean please teach me or please tell me. Well, in this context where they're asking question to Kokuri-san, I think it's better to translate it as tell. Please tell us, living being that can win. Good game, but eventually win against the leader of the student. Okay? And then they start the Kokuri-san BG board, right? And then the first letter was ku, ri, second, third, fourth, net, kurione. So you guys have the kurione, the name of a tiny um like a plankton, like tiny living being in the ocean. Cute one. Yeah. クリオネだって. This is another good grammar point. This だって. Okay. So whenever you want to quote something, we use this parenthesis, quote mark, and we put to after the quote. This to functions as the that after the quote. I mean, with the quote in English, for example, I told him that he is done, right? This, that, or I think that he's done, right? So this, that is basically to in Japanese. So with this, whatever you want to quote, to 言いました. I said. I said blank. Or whatever と思いました. I thought whatever. Okay? There's one thing you want to be careful about here. Connecting whatever sentence to to is, yeah, it's plain. You want to change the ending of the sentence to plain to connect to, but just noun. If the ending was a noun or na adjective, present positive. If you remember the plain form of noun, non-adjective, present positive, it's da, da, right? If the ending is these, any of these, then we do need to put da. So for example, if you want to say, I thought Takeshi, I thought Takeshi was Japanese. Takeshi は日本人だと思いました。I thought, right? Why? Why are we putting da? Because the ending of this sentence, 日本人, Japanese, and it is present positive. It doesn't say like 日本人じゃない, that's present negative, or 日本人だった, past positive, or 日本人じゃなかった, past negative, right? It's just 日本人, which is present positive. So we do need to put da. Okay? With that, to, this quote, to, is polite or formal. We do have casual version of this, and that is small to and te. So it is okay to say, um, whatever, whatever quote, て言いました. Someone said something. Well, te is casual, so it's better to, be consistent. Oh, 言った. Right? Okay. So with that, small to and te, this is the casual version. Together with da is what you see here. Da. Why da here? Because kurione is a noun, present positive. So we do have to put da here. And then the quote te. So it's like, in English, it's like, did you hear kurione? Did you hear it's kurione that can be him. And of course, te, making it, emphasizing. Kurione datte, and then laughing. Buhahahahaha. Starting with bur, and then saying ha ha ha. Buhahaha, that's like burst out laughing, like really laughing hard. Hi, zako. Zako. Again, yeah. Hi, zako with these two kanji. Well, zatsu, this one can mean like rough. Oh, it can mean like mixed as well. So with this, mixed fish is a literal meaning. What does it mean? Fish that doesn't have an official name, or just whatever fish, like normal, typical, whatever fish. Not like a shark or whale. Um, or maybe let me give this example. When it comes to pets, I feel like in the dog among dogs, I feel like it's more commonly seen. But some people want what is it, like purebred dogs, right? Which are expensive and not really ethical usually, right? So dogs that are not purebred, what's it called? Mutt? Mutt? Not purebred. Mixed uh is zashu. Zashu is like the mixed kind. Shu means kind. Za from that same za. So zashu. 私の犬は雑種です. My dog is a mutt, if I'm correct. Mixed kind. Okay? But here, this one, zako, with that, zako, like I said, means literally mixed fish, not purebred fish, right? But we use this as an slang. Many times we say it, we write it in katakana. Like I said, fish, we don't like nothing fish, like we don't even know the kind what kind of fish it is. It's like nothing, meaning like really weak. So whenever you want to like insult someone to say like, hey, you're nothing or like you're too weak, then we use this word, zako, you're zako. Okay? So this one, Kurione datte. Did you hear? It's Kurione that can be him. And then he's laughing, saying zako, saying that the leader of the students is fucking weak. Yeah. All right. And then speaking of the devil, he comes. Tan. Another onomatopoeia. Tan. Just sliding the door really fast. Okaken. This Okaken comes from the club name. Okaruto Kenkyukai. Oka from Okaruto. Ken from Kenkyukai. So with the Okaken. Okaken. So he's screaming. Okaken. Small tip. That adds some emphasis. And then, お、プランクトン会長取ったの。Plankton, the tiny bacteria in ocean, because they just were talking about Creonet, another kind of the small, oops. Okay, small thing, right? Okay. Kaicho is the leader. Dottano, this is another really casual, almost like slang, a little bit broken. Dottano comes from どうしたのどうしたの in short or in a lazy way becomes どったのどうしたの Now, what does どうした mean? Well, どう means how, した means did, right? So literal meaning is how did you do? As an idiom, どうした means what happened. What happened? This no, it's not the particle no. Actually, we just covered in this here, in this. Hi, this and this, right? Softener. For example, when you want to ask a question, ですか, right? Casual version. Of course, you know that in casual speech, we don't use this, right? And we also, in casual speech, don't put ka, the question ka, as suffix, right? So, are you gonna just end with n to ask a question using the softener? No. This n became no, so that it's easier for people to hear that and be like, oh, okay, you're asking me question in a softer way. So just letting you know, no ending with a question. That is someone asking you a question in a nicer way. So with that, 取ったの? What happened? What's going on? And then this girl laughing. ぷぷ、ぷぷ, pushing. 殺すぞ. 殺す, to kill. So again, we covered it earlier. 行くぞ, right? Itadori was like, okay, all right, let's go. Telling himself to like kind of self-motivate. But in this case, he is directing this to him by adding zo. It kind of adds more aggressiveness. I'm gonna fucking kill you. 殺すぞ. It does use the scary font, typical scary font. Okay, last one. 活動報告のない研究会にいつまでも物質をあてがうほどこの学校は広くない。言ったはずだ。Long sentence. Long sentence. This is one sentence. Okay. The key point is ほど here. ほど kanji is this one. ほど means extent. Extent or degree. Okay. It's a noun. Ategao is a verb directly connected to noun, isn't it? Noun qualifying sentence. So this whole thing, oops, not this whole thing is connected to this noun, degree or extent. And then この学校は広くない. This one should be easy, right? This school is not 広くない. Spacious. It's not spacious. Spacious. Okay. All right. Let's cover this one, the difficult part. Okay. So, 活動報告. 活動 means activity. 報告 report. Activity report. No, ない. Sometimes particle が can be replaced with no. In this case, many times they do use like the negative ない. So 活動報告がない. Activity report doesn't exist. Can be replaced with no. 活動報告のない研究会. Again, the club, right? Research club that doesn't have an activity report. に the destination particle to the club, research club that doesn't have an activity report. いつまでも this one. We did cover a little bit previous videos, I think, but we can add some letters to question words, like いつ is when, どこ is where. Sorry, my handwriting is really bad. Nani is what, right? If we add ka to these question words, it would give the meaning of some. So some, it's when, sometime. Like let's hang out sometime. いつか一緒に遊ぼう。どこか somewhere. 何か something. どれか。どれ means which, right? So usually in a context where there are two options, we use which. So どれか means one of the two, basically. Next one, if we add more with negative conjugation, then it means not any something. So, oops, not any time. So, I mean, but いつも we already have the word いつも, which means always. So we don't, and then いつも can be used in a negative and, positive context. So this one is a little bit special. どこも negative. For example, if I say 今日はどこも行かなかった. I didn't go anywhere. 何もしない. 今日は何もしない. I won't do anything. Right? So these stuff. Okay. Demo is another really good one. If you add demo, then this is again any something with positive conjugation. So this is the positive any, as opposed to the more negative is the negative any. What I mean is, いつでも anytime. For example, I'll go to Japan anytime. いつでも日本に行く。どこでも anywhere. For example, typical phrase. どこでもいい. Anywhere is fine. So like, you know, your parents are like, hey, where do you want to go? Let's eat out. Where do you want to eat at? どこでもいいよ. Anywhere is fine. 何でも anything, right? 何でもします. I'll do anything. どれでも. どれでも, for example, 取ってください. Take anything you want, right? Okay. Here, we can add ま. いつまでも。どこまでも. This one we can't put ま. This one too. But this one gives a little bit different meaning compared to this. So, with that, いつまでも. One way of translating is no matter when. Like anytime is fine. いつまでも. For example, いつまでも待つよ. I'll wait for you. No matter how long. No matter when. No matter how long. どこまでも. どこまでも一緒に行くよ. I'll go with you no matter where. Right? So it's to really emphasize like your, availability, emphasize how you're excited about something, right? This one is used in a little bit negative way. 当てがう is to assign. はい。So with that, 部室 is club room. Like student clubs, of course it depends on schools, but many schools they have like room for each club, right? So 部室 is the club room. So 部室を当てがう means to assign a room for a club. So with that, this いつまでも with this whole sentence, right? Would mean this school is not spacious to the extent I can assign a room to a club that doesn't have any activity report. This with this context, it gives a meaning of like I can't wait any longer. Any longer. Like remember, いつまでも here, like no matter when, no matter how long, right? But if you use it in a negative way, for example, たけしは well, this is a little bit simple, but たけしはいつまでも勉強している. He's studying like all the time, no matter when. If you use it in a negative way, たけしはいつまでも家に帰らない. It's a little bit weird. Well, I guess we can just try to translate here. Okay, so this school is not spacious enough to the point, hold on, to the extent or to the point or to the degree we continue to assign or give a room to a club that doesn't have activity report. So they're talking about this group. This group is just too chill, three people only. Well, first of all, there's only three people, because they haven't submitted this activity report. The Seito Kaicho, the leader of the school, doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. So that's why he's upset. Like, even like we don't have a space, a room for this kind of group. You guys not doing. Okay. So with that, I hope that made sense. Sorry, a little bit. I might have made it confusing. Sorry, but that's what he said. And then 言ったはずだ. This is another はず is a noun. It means like a plan. Plan. Again, 言ったはずだ. 言った I said, verb, past tense. In the middle of sentence. Why? Because it's connected to this noun. Noun qualifying sentence. 言ったはず. はず originally means like plan, but it has become almost like an idiom. What it does is if you connect plain form to はず, someone is supposed to do something. For example, if I say, 明日、たけしは日本に行くはずだよ. Takeshi is supposed to go to Japan tomorrow. Like, this supposed to, very high possibility of it happening, 80%. Okay. So with that, 言ったはずだ. 言ったはず. Literal meaning with this supposed to 80%. Well, casual translation can be like, I thought I told you. This is more like rhetorical question. He's not expecting a response from them. I thought I told you that we don't have enough space to have a room for you guys. Okay. This hazu is pretty convenient. We do have couple other phrases that uses hazu. For example, 何々はずがない. Literal meaning, whatever sentence, there's no plan to do something, right? With that, this means there's no way blank. For example, there's no way it's gonna snow tomorrow. 明日雪が降るはずがない. Pretty useful. It does come a lot in novels and stuff to emphasize what you emphasize something not happening. Okay? Hi. All right. So with this last one, こう見えて合気道を足し Sorry, I forgot how to read this. 足しなんでいるsorry, I forgot. Okay. こう見えて、こう this one, many people don't know, but so is so, right? Like that's so です, right? This is also one of the combinations of こそあど コソハド. In this case, U is added. Koso hado, the distance, ko, so, everywhere else are, and then question do, right? Ko, this way. So, that way. This one, instead of U, we already have au to meet, right? Or to match. Ah, it becomes ah, so that way. And then do, as you know, how, question word, right? So with that, for example, この漢字はこう書きます。この漢字です漢字はこう書きます。You write this kanji this way. Okay? That's how you can use it. こう書きます。What's connected here? こう見えて、見える. Something is visible. Looking like this. こう見えて。合気道をたしなんでいるたしなんでいる I don't have my phone. Oh. あー、たしなむ。Yeah, good. たしなむ to touch to touch on something to not like seriously do something. In this case, Aikido, this martial arts, right? Not seriously practicing, but have some experience of doing this. Like been on and off doing this, たしなんでいる. Yeah. So this is basically him kind of threaten them. Like, I might look like this, but actually I can do Aikido to tell them, hey, I can kick you out. Okay? So with this, sorry, it took a while to translate 2 pages, but we did cover 2 pages, so that's good. Last time we could only cover 1 page. So with that, briefly, how it's gonna, oops, how it's gonna sound like. Okay. 本当にいいんですね、先輩。先輩, are you sure? Yes, yes. よっしゃ、行くぞ. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna do it. こっくりさん、こっくりさん。生徒会長がギリ負ける生き物を教えてください。Please tell us what living being can have a good match with and eventually win against the student leader. And then, クリオネ. Fucking クリオネ. クリオネ. It's nothing. ブハハハハ、お加減。The club. お、プランクトン会長どったの Hey, what's up? Plankton leader. Laughing. 殺すぞ、I'm gonna fucking kill you. 活動報告のない研究会にいつまでも物質をあてがうほど、この学校は広くない。School isn't big enough to the point where we can give you club that doesn't give any or have any activity report. A room. It does that. I thought I told you. I told you. And then usually when you see this kind of words in manga, it's basically this the person saying really quietly, almost like whispering. こう見えて合気道をたしなんでる. Like after saying these main lines, he's like, well, starting with here, right? 言ったはずだ. I fucking told you, just to let you know, even though I look like this, I do Aikido, so that you can't fuck with me. Like that, okay? Hi. So that's it for today. I hope was helpful in some way. OK。じゃあまた。